The other bands were like, hey, we're a band.
Okay.
And then we just went into
Hi, I'm Sander. Damn it. Hi, I'm Sander, and my project is called Haunter. I grew up with a pup. I feel like the first thing I want to get one day when I can would be like a dachshund. So like probably pup, but I also love kitties too. So
the correct answer is dogs.
Yeah, I'll go with pups then. I guess I always prefer a venue because it's typically will sound better, and like I don't know, at this point I'm sick of like playing certain like basements where like I can't hear certain things because like it's like a dead room or whatever. But I mean, I've also played venues that like don't sound good either. But like I'd say generally venue. Oh damn. Depends where I gotta go. I guess road trip if like. Oh man, road trip if I'm like going to a bunch of different places. Like if I only need to go to one location, I would take a plane. As a time signature? Oh shit. I mean 7/8 is obviously cooler sometimes, but also 4/4 is more dancey. I'll go with 7/8 just to be different. I did like I had to like re-tag like all the band camps and like Facebook stuff and like all the YouTube, like uploading YouTube videos and stuff. Just all the like rigorous stuff that like was all like disorganized. I had to just sit there and do, and I didn't realize how much work it was gonna be, but it was a lot of work. Like I definitely did not have time to be doing it, and like had to like stay up extra late just to like do all this like rigorous, like monotonous, like punching in the like, you know, like download codes and stuff to each thing, and yeah. But it was cool. Working for Topshelf was very fun. I guess CD because it feels more practical and I feel like I can hear shit better. Honestly, I don't have a cassette player. I have a bunch of cassettes, but like, I don't know. If you're going for that lo-fi sound, then it's like sick. And like, there's obviously, I think doing the tape with Topshelf was helped me appreciate what goes into making a tape a lot more because there's so much. With the J card and you know the actual cassette, there's so much more room to like really be creative. So getting to the whole creative process of like making the starter Haunter tape was definitely like sick and made me appreciate tapes. But I guess for listenability, I like CDs. Yeah. I don't know. I really like lo-fi hip hop and like that whole like aesthetic of like the names with like spaces in between letters. I thought that was a cool thing, and like. I kind of like that as like applying that as like a concept to the kind of the music and like using like space and like playing space like I studied jazz, so like definitely, you know, Miles Davis always says like you're playing the space, you're not just playing notes. So like I think it's kind of interesting that like I don't know, the name can kind of call attention to like space in between even the letters as like a name. And I really like the occult and shit and like black magic. I used to like dabble in that a little bit. So I thought that kind of works as like, I don't know. I just thought the name fits my aesthetic in general and like the dark moody music. So it just kind of felt fitting. No, I just used to do like certain little like small ritual things and that shit went south, so I kind of like stopped doing it. I love Led Zeppelin and like all like classic rockers used to be into like Satan and shit, and I was like, I was in high school, so I was like, this is so cool, what is this? Like Illuminati, reptilians, like Satanism and shit. I was like, this is so interesting, and like I got too caught up in it and then I just had to like stop it. But like, I don't know, I just really like spirituality in general, so like I was just like, I'll work this into the name, kind of, it works, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say Space Dandy because Space Dandy's fantastic, but then of course, like if I say Space Dandy, that also means obviously everything else by that same guy. I don't know his name at the top of my head, but like obviously Bebop, obviously Samurai Champloo, obviously Kids on the Slope, FLCL is obviously amazing. Naruto is my spirit animal. I very much, like, on an emotional, deep emotional level, connect with Naruto's struggle, and I've grown up with Naruto, and I have a very dear connection to him and his character, and I still continue to watch the show. I know it's, like, finished in Japanese, and I kind of need to, like, finish it. I'm just gonna finish it when I get back from tour, but, like, yeah. I guess I think Space Dandy is a dank, like, combination of, like, all this sick stuff, and, like, yeah, I'd say Space Dandy. Top Shelf Records is the shit.